Juelz Santana doesn't think reading is important. I'll say that again. Juelz Santana doesn't think reading is important. Now, Jules recently was on the No Funny Shit podcast and said that kids don't really need to know how to read anymore. He also stated that having common sense is better than having book smarts. Let's watch this dumbass clip and then we'll discuss afterwards.
By the time they get to 9th grade, they should be just learning how to start businesses
These kids can't read,
and how to. But they don't really need to know how to read.
Wait, stop.
I say that respectfully. I'm not saying that in a way to be illiterate because you're not supposed to be illiterate, but you can.
What's more important, reading or math?
Math.
Told you.
Math. I think you could listen to a book on YouTube. You can still obtain the information.
And
you don't have to know how to read. That's not reading and understanding. I believe common sense is better than everything. I'm a common sense nigga. I'd rather have zero book smarts and common sense, be able to read the room, be able to read life, be able to read people. I try to understand people, you know what I'm saying? Like nowadays you can listen to a book. I just listen to the 48 Laws of Power, not to
You gotta read your contract, Els.
You don't have to understand. You can listen to that too. They got apps you can put it
You
in
can
here
listen
to read
to
it
that.
to you.
You
Are
can
you
app
crazy?
for that.
Where you think words come from?
Man, my man smokes his teeth.
Oh, man.
This is like the fourth time I've seen this clip, and it makes me angrier and angrier every time I see it. I'm like, really, y'all?
Like Jules
we
has,
shouldn't even say like.
he's devolved as a human.
Drugs.
So let me pose a question, man. Okay, I'm going to pose a question. So, is this a valid evolution of how we consume information? Or is this a dangerous mindset that leaves artists perpetually dependent on others to interpret reality
Popping peas
for them? This is the dumbest topic. Not the top. You know what I mean. This is really stupid, bro.
At least you can read it.
How can we intellectualize?
Yeah, like
you need to read.
It's like it's almost like the question is too smart. Like this is stupid, man.
Man, like this is a poor example of using common sense because common sense should tell you that one of the basic things you should know how to do is read. My daughter is 5 and she can read. You talking about somebody that's in 9th grade. Granted, I do think that that common sense and experience contribute to a lot of your learning.
Sure.
But to say that knowing how to read is not necessary in the year of 2025 is crazy.
It's kind of par for the course for where we're at right now in a way, if you kind of think about it.
I'll try to rationalize what he's saying.
Please make this make sense for me.
We as humans have become too reliant on technology.
Sure.
That's fair.
And essentially that's what he's saying. You know what I mean? Like, hell, I remember growing up, I could tell you at least 20 people that I knew's phone number.
Mm-hmm.
I do not remember anybody's phone number now outside of like I remember a couple of ones from back in the day, but if you ask me to tell you my sister's phone number, I couldn't tell you.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So I think technology is essentially just the more reliant we become on it, the dumber we become.
That is absolutely true. But in the same token, common sense should let you know that if this shit goes down the drain tomorrow and you can't use none of this, because this is part of common sense too.
Mm-hmm.
I know that this shit can go awry. Remember when everybody thought that the internet or these apps and shit got hacked like maybe a month ago?
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of panicking. You should probably know what to do if that happens. Remember the panic when 2001 Y2K came about and they were panicking about losing all this information. A lot of that boiled down to basic common sense things. Things should have been logged somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So with going through that, knowing that we actually made it through that, you know what I'm saying? You should know that reading is
fundamental.
It's
a building block of education.
Come on, man. You should know how to do everything else before you know how to read.
I don't give a damn where you work at or where you get hired at or whatever situation you're in. You're going to have to read at some point.
Everybody cannot be Floyd Mayweather and R. Kelly.
Come on,
and
man.
we see what happened to R. Kelly. R. Kelly is broke right now because he did not know how to read. He's a songwriting motherfucker, but he don't know how to read.
But maybe
so
he
he
didn't
didn't know what was in them contracts.
Maybe he would have known how to talk tie.
He don't know how to hog tie.
I know, but maybe he would if he could read about how to hog tie.
Why would I hog tie?
I don't know how to hog tie people. What would I hog tie?
Why would he do that? But yeah, Money Mayweather is literally the
Richest
illiterate
person ever. Yeah.
I mean, he knows how to count money. So that kind of goes to we're putting well, I ain't gonna say that because math and science is very important. I will say that.
Yep.
That goes to engineering and being able to make things if we don't have this technology and shit to be about. But you have to know how to read too. That's part of it as well.
What do you think these papers are written in when you like as an engineer, or as a scientist, do you think you just use symbols with your hands? Like
no, you just
read it. You
just study financial literacy courses and
You're
it'll
still
help you read
reading
it.
You know,
something.
to Byron's point, I'll throw him a little bit of bail here, a little bit, because who knows where technology is turning in the future?
Okay.
Who knows if everything is documented in the future? Maybe books are literally everything is just auditory, or I know it's not going to be because people are deaf and
It's
people
dangerous,
are, and it's absolutely dangerous. It's not going to be. But how we catalog stuff, sure, regularly. I mean, that could change to some degree. Remember when you had to buy your TI calculator?
Come on,
right? And we were told that, man, you got to know how to do these multiplication and this division. And now you see these TikToks where people don't know PEMDAS or whatever it's called. The parentheses, PDM, whatever it's
PEMDAS.
PEMDAS or whatever, you know.
Excuse
Don't
my
understand
dear
how
Aunt Sally.
I see you, brother.
PEMDAS.
At first I was like, what the hell?
I see you over there, brother.
Yeah, there's a division in there, so there's a PEMDAS or whatever. But maybe there's some sort of in between where reading is not necessarily as fundamental and necessary in the same way that like doing high complex division and multiplication and calculus and things of that nature are for some people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always going to be a foundational building block structure.
At the bare minimum, bro, you still have to know how to read.
And one more thing, it's not a flex like this fellow over here who's like, I told y'all in the video.
I told y'all about math.
It's not a flex. It's not a flex to not know how to read.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
That's
what
stupid.
happens when batteries aren't included, because you can get some shit and you can't read it because you don't have a power source.
You know what's
So
crazy?
then
Do
what?
you remember that movie?
I do.
You know what's crazy, bro? He's dead serious though. This is real.
Yeah,
this
he's
is not.
dead
This is
serious.
not cloud chasing. He's dead serious.
He
You
smoked
remember how
his teeth.
upset? Remember how upset people were when
That's
when cursive writing was taken out of the curriculum?
couldn't write cursive if you ask me
Okay.
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both of them. It's the same thing.
write
tomato,
it.
tomato.
There's a
Stop.
correctly.
Don't do that, Long. Don't do that.
Yeah, but people were upset about that
Yeah.
because kids couldn't read cursive.
Mhm.
So we're talking about not being able to read, I guess, essentially a different language to them now because they
English?
can't read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, English.
It's still English, but they can't read it. It looks like, I don't know, graffiti or hieroglyph. I can't say shit today.
hieroglyphics.
There you go. Thank you. It's this.
It's
Put
all
it
good.
down.
They're not.
Put it down.
They're not. They're not sponsoring us.
Put it down.
No, it feels great.
Show would be nice.
But anyway, they were up in arms about them not being able to read.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Cursive writing. He's talking about not being able to read at all.
Just period.
Is not important.
I think it's just it speaks to the drastic, crazy amount of anti-intellectualism that we also see in the world today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm somebody who, like, if I say that there's like one thing that I do within life that I enjoy, it's learning.
Yeah.
And it's weird to me when people don't kind of have that same type of.
You've always been that way though.
Yeah. I just love learning. It's the easiest thing to do. You know, you just learn new stuff.
Doesn't cost you anything.
And yeah,
Most of the time.
Yeah, and you grow throughout time and stuff, but it feels like it's like moving towards this like making it easier. But I think to myself, like, for what?
Yeah.
Like to not want to read, like what is the benefit there? You know,
Nothing.
like to not to teach somebody to read, or to not to want to aspire to read, or to like I can't think of any positives of. I don't see any societal benefits if you can't read, as opposed to that. And I know he's not necessarily saying this, but he is kind of in a weird way. But
I look at it from a standpoint of evolution, whether it's music, whether it's business, AI, whatever, or de-evolution, however you want to describe it. But that's inevitable. It's going to happen. So that's cool. So technology is still going to evolve, and we have to make adjustments as we go. That's cool. But these are the type of comments that strip the bare minimum, like the foundation of certain things. To me, this is just stupid and irresponsible.
Yeah.
Like it's just stupid and irresponsible to say something out loud and just have a fool sitting beside you co-signing math. Yeah, I told you about math. Like, y'all look stupid.
Folks literally got killed for knowing how to read.
Come on, man.
Let me tell you something, man. The downfall of society as a whole is going to be convenience.
Man,
this is all is he talking about?
Same thing we talked about last segment.
Yeah, convenience.
Convenience, yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to have to learn how to. I don't want to have to read this. I don't have enough time to read this, so I'll just let this thing read it for me. Yeah.
To me, it's crazy that kids have. We used to have computer lab. Now it's laptops in all the room, right? But they're still reading. Like they're still. They have to take it home. They still have to read.
You have to read the lesson.
Come on.
I think even as an educator, one thing that like this kind of dips into is like it's like practice. You know, it's like you have to practice not being an idiot. Like you have to, if you want to be good at something, you have to practice the thing that you're doing. Whether that's and if that's garnering information, then you have to practice garnering from if it's being a producer, then you have to practice being a producer. If you want to, you have to be active in the thing that you're doing. And this is to Byron's point about convenience. This is very much the antithesis of that in a way. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, I don't want to, I just want the shortcut. I just want the result. Mm-hmm. Right. And this is what we see in society right now, realistically across the board. Nobody really wants to put the work. I see it with my students all the time that come in that just want to, yeah, I'm a producer. Okay, you sample packs and drum breaks. Okay, you can't. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If you want to call yourself that, that's fine. But if you can't make it, then like the end result isn't the thing. Like you can have an end product that has like that's what it looks like, but you can't call yourself that if you can't create it.
You remember how we
can't come up with it?
You remember how we used to talk about just you and I, the concept of 10,000 hours.
Yep.
That's being erased.
Malcolm Gladwell.
Yep. Like that's being erased now. Now it's like, what is the quickest, fastest, and most efficient way that I can get from here to here with the least path of resistance? Like that's the era that we're in now. I want to get there as fast as possible so I can call myself something that we talked about DJing. I want to get there as fast as possible, the quickest way without doing the work. That's the era that we live in. That's technology. That's everything.
And then when we put so much emphasis on math and science, I don't see anybody that wants to know math or learn math and science not wanting to know how to read first.
Yeah, that's the
it doesn't even. Yeah, it doesn't make any logical. When we talk about
that's the prerequisite.
Thinking logically, that makes no logical sense. Right. That I want to skip straight to knowing
how to run a
periodic table and doing these math equations. I don't care about reading, but
sure.
I definitely want to know how to do these formulas and know what the periodic table is. If you don't know how to read, you can't even read the periodic table.
This is where we get flat earthers from. This is
oh my god.
This is where we get this is where we get the yeah, never mind.
Well, Terry said you want to skip right to the periodic table.
No,
without knowing how to read.
I think
don't even
part
know what the
of
letters are doing.
Is, and I think it goes to what Byron said about convenience is, I just remember there was a time, I mean, it wasn't that long ago. I make it seem like in the olden days, but, just in my algebra class, you couldn't just show up with the answers. Yep. You had to show your work. Yep. And I think that is seen as passe, if you will, in the age where we can Google everything or we can chat GPT something, and the thing is, it's like, okay, what does this mean for actual learning? Okay.
Yeah.
I think now, I mean, there's probably kids, it's probably a combination of COVID and remote learning and the advent of certain technologies that have created students, if you will, yes, the phones, that don't have any real value in research and actual, finding the answers through studying. Because it's like, why would I do that when I can just set up some prompts? I just remember, but once again, we're coming from an era, like I said, and it's not that long ago where we had to go and understand the Dewey Decimal System. You had to learn how to read a map.
Yep.
You had to know how to, once again, show your work. All those things are gone. Write in cursive.
Yep.
I talked to one of my vendors because, like, I'm writing checks for, whatever. And I'm like, what do people do when they don't know how to write in cursive? I know you must deal with a few of those. It's like they just write everything out basically almost in block lettering. Technically,
so weird.
The only thing they got to make sure they get right is the numbers, which is crazy. But, this is where we are right now. And I don't think they were saying, trying to discourage kids from, reading so they can get a pan pizza or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, but see, the thing is, even if that's not what they're saying, there's going to be somebody's kid who sees, like, see, that's why I don't read during the summer.
Yeah, it's the guy standing next to him.
Time.
It was literally the guy sitting next to him.
I told you math and science.
Yeah, and so they're like, I'm gonna just do some math problems so I can count this money.
Sit your dumb ass down.
With it reminded me of that scene in Belly where DMX's character was like, yeah, Shorty can't eat no books, son.
When's the last time you read anything, man? Never, motherfucker. What you need to start thinking about is your motherfucking seed, man. Cause Shorty can't eat no books, dog.
And I was just like, okay, here we are. And 25 years later, this is where we are. Shorty can't eat no books. And that's the name of the episode. Shorty can't eat no books.
Go ahead, B.
Guys.
I like that.
Are we overreacting here?
Drugs.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's probably part of it too.
Drugs.
Teeth.
I kept saying it.
You did.
But then
The
you got
man smoked his teeth.
That is true. But then you got homie next to him.
What's his excuse?
Dumb smart guy.
Drugs.
Dumb smart guy.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Everybody know a dumb smart dude.
I smoke weed. He one of them dudes that, you smoke a blunt with and then, he'll come with something that sounds brilliant while you're high.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Have you ever cooked a brick?
No.
Type of
But
show.
think about it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you do that.
You have to. Yeah, you have to.
Don't answer that.
You know
brother.
what, ladies? I'm going to give the
Don't
ladies some
answer that,
advice.
brother.
Sometimes we don't talk. We don't always talk to the
I
ladies.
know what you mean.
Ladies, maybe this will help. Stop dudes that don't have any books in their home.
Well, that's the problem. They gonna go because he got money.
Or just because you have the book.
Doesn't mean you read it.
Hey, I would like, hey, maybe just on accident, you might pick up the book and read it when the internet is down. I don't know, but like,
Not if you can't read.
Well,
it all goes back to not being able to read.
like I said, I think they just are. I don't even think,
Bruh.
like I said, this is a little bit of bail I'll shoot. I don't think they don't think, hey, kids, reading. I think it's about like them saying, hey, reading doesn't have the same value as it did maybe 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, just
And
say
reading's not going to make you money.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to get paid for
Yeah,
reading.
it
But
is.
say that instead.
I
You
got
know how to read them
ChatGPT will read me
contracts.
my contract.
But say that instead of saying.
Meanwhile, the lawyer can read.
Yep.
Say that instead of saying reading. We should just teach financial literacy. What?
I will say that common sense is very important.
It is.
It is.
Like, so.
But it's also not something you can define as like
touche.
I can.
Yeah.
Still got no read.
because that whole statement is not common sense.
Yeah.
Look,
Somebody with common sense that doesn't know how to read,
No,
in their head is
I'm
like,
talking about.
I really wish I knew how to read because that common sense kicked in.
Yeah. I'm talking about him. We're talking about
Or-
the common sense. I'd rather have common sense than be book smart.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, well, that's different.
I know somebody. There was one person in particular. She's very intelligent when it came to book smarts. Not a lick of common sense.
Yeah.
That's
I
the real
understand
thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
different. I
Real
know
thing.
a lot of people like that
Yeah.
that had the knowledge and could, you know what I'm saying, get good grades in school,
Mm-hmm.
but their common sense was very lacking.
Mm-hmm.
So
This is-
common sense is a very good trait to have.
This is
Absolutely.
the wisdom. You need a little bit of all of
You
it.
Yeah.
need all of it, yeah.
You know, you
But
need the common sense, the basic book smarts, and some other stuff as well.
Yeah,
But
it's
just
like,
don't
it all
cut-
accumulate.
Don't
This
cut
is already-
reading all the way out 100%.
This is already where I know it's a problem. And you can talk to anybody who works in a restaurant when someone's trying to tell you what they want to eat, and you realize, wow, people's reading comprehension is terrible.
Yeah.
Right now, like this ain't giving too much away, but like there is a beer at the place I serve called Santeria. You know, it's a Mexican type situation. Do you know how many people across all different ethnic and economic lines come in and be like, can I get one of those Sanitarias? First of all, I wouldn't want to drink anything called Sanitaria.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't correct them because I'm like, okay, that's what they asked for. I know what they're talking about. But
let me go get this bucket of mop water in the back.
But that's just the crazy thing I see now. I was like, you could have just sounded it out. It's not like there's a bunch of cues or anything in there. Like you could have figured this out if you'd have just taken the time, but you didn't want to. And there's a lot of people, just if you work in the restaurant industry, who can't pronounce the things that they want to eat. So you can imagine if you extrapolate that to actually reading books. And try
because he read books, he know how to say extrapolate,
and try to actually interpret the things that you're reading, so you could, make sense of what's going on in the world. If you can barely order a beer, or you're not being ironic when you say quesadilla, like
burns my buds.
What about Quazo?
Quazo instead of
queso.
I mean. So
just
don't
be a I thought you was gonna play with my frog ass dude out here.
You mean I thought you were gonna play with my frog?
You're a better man than me because I'm definitely correcting.
You're correcting?
I don't have time. I was like, look, there's 3 people behind you.
You would have corrected me if I said, let me get a burger and fries. What you want to drink? Let me get one of them planetariums.
I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Planetarium.
Can you read, sir?
Yeah.
So there's no, okay.
Unfortunately, we do not carry that beer. I need you to pronounce that.
That one right there.
What is
Look, that one right there.
Point the picture of the thing.
If I can
Sound it out. Let me
can only read
break
colors.
it down by syllables.
Yo, you gonna not let me order my drink if I can't sound it out? If I point to it on the menu?
You can point to it, but can you sound that out for
What
me?
if I can't?
Yeah.
Mans can only read colors, man.
Too much then.
Yeah,
God
you
bless.
asking for too much.
Yeah.
Then if I can point to it, you should go get it.
The dog.
Don't shame people whose favorite color is 5.
Yeah, man.
God bless Cardi.
Yeah, shout out to Cardi on that.
That was funny, by the way.
It
It was
was.
hilarious.
Let's get it together, man. There needs to be more. There needs to be more after school specials coming on.